Christ's church.
Yeah. So you don't have to go back?
Yeah.
That's thinking, man. That's the PhD talking.
Right. How can I spend the most time possible in front of the books? Lay provisions into the library, please. Okay.
I had a professor one time who did sabbaticals in England, and he said that if you use the library in Cambridge or Oxford, I forget which one, that they kick you out at tea time.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the same at London School of Theology. I mean, I don't know if they would kick you out, but tea time was a thing.
They're like, everybody leave. We're gonna go have tea.
Especially if you were, like if you're at a conference, which I would be there for, like visiting for conferences, like, and you didn't go from whatever conference hall you were to the dining hall for tea time. Everyone was like, you're like total outcasts. It was like, what? Yep, we didn't see you in the dining hall. The toasted cheese.
It's a scarlet letter.
Yeah, pretty much. Tea time skipper.
That'd be fascinating. I don't know if I like tea enough.
No, I actually didn't have tea. I would just eat the little cookies. And the toasted cheese. That was fun.
I don't know if I ever had toasted cheese.
I mean, it's if you are cheese in England, you are at risk of being toasted. I mean, it's like a large percentage, I think, of the cheese does end up getting toasted in some way.
Okay.
Not something that I would have thought of, but hey. Well, here we are, Adam. Brought in by a little of what was that music? That was Vidor's Toccata, one of my favorites. It was actually played at my wedding. It's a little severe, but let's think about what we would do if we were going to be stranded on an island for the rest of our lives and we could only bring 4 books. What would we bring?
I'm going to say the Bible. I'm going to say the prayer book. Actually, can those be one? I have them together in one volume.
You see, I was thinking, like, if I were a bookbinder, I would bind a lot of books together in one.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Bible and prayer book together. My Norton anthology of the classics of Western civilization. Because there's always a good time to catch up on those. If I'm on a desert island, I'm assuming lots of reading time.
Right.
When I say a survivalist manual.
Like which plants to eat, not eat.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. How long you're supposed to cook stuff.
Right.
That'd be fantastic. And probably, I'm going to say, I was going to say Edgar Allan Poe, but that's a little dark if I'm on a desert island alone.
Robinson Crusoe?
I'm going to say...
I don't know. I think it'd be too soon. It'd be like, I'm not ready for that.
I'm going to say Donne.
John Donne?
Yeah, with 2 N's.
Huh.
I like it.
I didn't know that. That's great. Just out of curiosity, if I were out of food on a desert island, completely out of food, would it be a sin for me to cut off my foot and cook it and eat it?
Yeah.
You think it still would?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Survival isn't the ultimate end.
Right. I'm gonna get it back anyway. I mean, it's like on a rebate. That's a good point, though. I mean, so the ultimate end of the reason I exist is to glorify God. So I should I sing myself to death. I mean, I sing God to death. I mean, I'm not him to death. I mean, wow, that'd be bad. I mean that. I mean, I sing to God until I die, or.
Yeah, I think so. Now, whether I would do that is something totally different, but I think that that's right.
No. This is a thought exercise in ethics.
I think the reason you can't cut off your foot and eat it is because it's not ultimately yours to cut off and eat.
Right. Yeah, this is because it's my foot is participating in the image of God. And
that the foot has not been given to you for food.
Right. That's right. He did not create my food, my food or my foot. Interesting that in English they're only one letter apart. Maybe that's a clue. Maybe he did create my. There's got to be a good Hebrew pun in that.
Maybe that's a clue.
And he put all things under his food. May your food be on the necks of your adversaries. Yeah, okay. So my foot wasn't given to me for food. He gives us the plants of the garden for food and also the animals. Yeah. So eating my foot would be a misunderstanding of the created order in that my foot's not food, really, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Now, just hypothetically, because I do see people from time to time gnawing on their fingernails, and I believe consuming them. Not on my fingernails.
I gnaw on my fingernails, but I don't consume them.
So you just gnaw on them and vomit them out of your mouth.
Something like that.
Like lukewarm Christians out of the mouth of the Lord. What if I were to accidentally ingest, say, a fingernail? Is that a violation of the image of God?
Grave sin requires intent.
What if you intended to eat your fingernail? Your cut fingernail.
See, this gets dangerous because, I inhale dust all the time.
Yeah, this is exactly where I was going. Because if you cast your fingernail to the ground and it is trod underfoot, at what point does it become no longer your fingernail? You've given up ownership of it. And it becomes subservient to you in such a way that it will become your cucumber in a couple of years anyway. This is an important discussion. I am actually going to bring this back to something here in a minute.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm going to say there's certainly a difference between things that are you and things that have been cast off of you.
Things that aren't you.
We know that because when on a visceral level, right? I play with my wife's hair.
Right.
But I don't like cleaning it out of the shower drain.
Okay.
I have saliva in my mouth all the time, but if I was going to spit in a cup and someone was going to pay me $10 to drink it back, I wouldn't do that. Because
that's
even there's a lot of this on a visceral level. I know the difference between things that are a part of me and things that aren't. And I would say once it leaves me.
Wait, but I don't follow about the cup thing. You feel it's your spit, you don't want it in somebody else's body? Is that what you mean? Or it's just wrong from a health aspect?
I don't really know. It just makes me.
You just
it
don't
makes
like
me
that idea.
gag thinking about it. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay. So you're predicating that it's wrong based on the fact that you feel like it's wrong.
I'm just saying that there's
Not
a difference.
not irrelevant. I'm just saying. I'm just tracing it out.
I'm just saying that even on a part of the reason that my fingernail being trod underfoot and then growing into a cucumber is not sin in the same way that cutting off my foot. Damn it, because you cut it off.
Well, assumedly at this point, if we're that continuous in the discussion, I mean, I'm not talking about a clipped toenail from a foot you cut off. We can discuss that if you want.
St. Thomas has this fascinating thing about how you should deal with communion wine after the service.
Yeah.
Especially what happens if you spill it.
Yeah.
I had this moment in my car a couple of years ago. I was taking Eucharist to this sweet old lady, and the lid wasn't on the communion wine very well, and I ended up spilling it all over the case thing that it was in. Yeah. And so I went in and I went to Canon Ross, the Canon of the Ordinary, was in the office that day. And I said, "What do I do?" And he said, "I have no idea. This has never happened to me before." And I said, "Where would I even find out what I'm supposed to do?" And he's like, "The Roman Catholics. The Roman Catholics."
they're like the walking manuals for all things sacramental.
That's right.
I don't know what to do with Jesus here.
That's right. That's right. When in doubt, the Roman Catholics have written it down.
They probably figured it out.
So I did. I looked it up, and you're supposed to consume all you can, and the rest of it you're to dilute with water until it is no longer. It can no longer be said to be wine.
Okay.
And this is the reason that it isn't sacrilegious to go to the bathroom after having taken the Eucharist.
Because it can no longer be said to be bread and wine.
That's right.
Yeah. Back to the fingernail.
Yeah, so I'm going to say once the fingernail there's a point or a maybe not a moment, but there over time it stops being a fingernail and starts being a cucumber, and that distinction matters.
Right, and in fact, I mean, I bring this up in part because I live with other human beings in this home, and I found some fingernail clippings the other day. I think they were on a windowsill, and I thought. I didn't think, who is this? Because it's no longer them, right? Even though it completely grew from their body. But one of the persons who lives with me, I assume, I don't think somebody else came into my house and clipped their fingernails on the
It's a weird robbery.
Right.
Leave these fingernails.
But at that point, they were fingernail clippings. And I was not identifying them with personhood at all.
Sure.
And so they could even, before they even grow into a cucumber, they could retain their same form, but I still didn't identify them with the person from whom they came. I still haven't figured out who they came from. I mean, I suppose I could have like taken them and like held them up to like, oh, you know.
Do it Clue style. Colonel Mustard in the living room with the toenail clippers.
In the left windowsill. It was in the library, in fact. That's funny.
Just trying to imagine using a candlestick to trim my fingernails. You could say, well, there are great nutritional benefits to sawing off my foot and eating it if I'm starving. Notice how much healthier I am when I'm not dying of starvation.
Good. Okay.
Right? Look at all those nutritional benefits.
Right.
And I was still going to say, no, no, that's still cannibalism, regardless of because the ultimate end is not
survival.
Nutrition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The type. Well, we were talking about the 4 books on an island, and I asked about cutting off somebody's foot.
So your books.
My books. I mean, are we together on the same? We're not together. We're alone, right?
Sure question.
If we're together and I have to, okay, no. If I can read the books that you just said,
Yeah.
then I would probably bring a hymnal.
Ooh.
Because I'd have the Bible and the prayer book.
Yeah.
I would probably bring the complete works of Shakespeare.
Ooh, that's better than done.
Well, we've already got done. It's okay. I would bring.
Don't think I didn't notice you sneak Shakespeare into our previous talk. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Like, that's going to get an annotation.
Just low-hanging fruit, you know.
That's
Would probably bring some kind of compilation of all the creeds, councils, and of course, and some of the big fathers, right? So Athanasius would be in there on the Incarnation. Probably wouldn't bring Augustine just because I don't think that kind of severe introspection would be profitable for my time spent on a desert island. You know,
I have enough time to myself. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just kind of throwing gas on the fire. And then my fourth one would probably be practical, something about like, boat building maybe, or flight patterns of commercial airliners, you know, so we would know where and when to set the bonfire.
You know how screwed we would be if we were stranded, even together on a stranded island, on a desert island?
Well, the thing is, like, you would lose me within a week because I'm a diabetic, right? So my insulin run out. Enjoy Shakespeare.
And now I have a cannibalism discussion to have.
Yeah, that's exactly right. At what point am I not Nathan anymore? You know, I do you a favor by like cutting my foot into bite-sized bites or something, and then like making it unrecognizable.
What are these? I found some chicken nuggets. Why are you limping? No reason.
No reason. Why are you limping? Oh, that's terrible. I think that about does it for today.
I think so too. Well done, man.
Yeah, you too. That was a little esoteric, but that's perfect.